Well, it's a new day. I got my soil delivery for the garden before all the businesses shut down. I have that dark dirt, or I mean I have regular topsoil, and this right here is compost. So I figure that way I got a good amount of stuff for keeping everything nice and fresh. You're good. You're good. So, all right. I think I'm gonna go sort some keys. It's kind of raining today, and maybe tomorrow we'll start the garden. Definitely feels good to get the spring dirt in. Thank you. Actually got 2 of those loads. Well, I did overdo it a little bit. I ended up getting 2 loads of soil, but I figured it's something to do. Definitely should make a really good garden. Hopefully one more. Good. Thank you, by the way. Yep. Have a good day. All right. Definitely have the work cut out for me. So my plan is in this nice open spot that I have, maybe start all the way through here, and we'll run beds in this area right here. It's definitely a good sunny spot. I might add one more, a couple of raised beds over on this side, and we'll do flowers and other things on this side over here. So at least that's my plan. I'm gonna go get my stuff to start sorting, but made me happy that it actually made it before it didn't. All right, so this is the key collection so far in the bottle. It's definitely looking pretty great. These are all the ones that didn't fit into this bottle, but I did buy a bag the other day at the flea market of keys. I did find this one first though in a box of stuff I had. I do take them all off the little key ring. I really like this brass front door one that I got here, but most of these should fit in the bottle. I just have to start one with I like the old piece of lace on the key ring. Actually, the piece of lace is to hold that front door key open. So I don't know how I started collecting keys. It just was one of those things that you always seem to see when you go to the flea market, and there's all these different ones. Like, see that brass and steel right there? Lots of different Victorian, and it's nice that I would say the majority of them are all over 100 years old that I have in this jar. Definitely makes it kind of interesting. That and the texture of the jar, I just think it's really pretty the way they all look. So this one, since it won't fit in the jar, I've been putting those in here, and I guess that one won't fit either. But most of the other ones should go. I try to only put barrel keys in here, or like I'll do this sewing machine case key, or I don't think it's for Victor Records. I think it's for locking your sewing machine though. The cabinet, nice brass door key. So in this this bag I bought for $75 at the flea market. I don't know how many keys I got all together, and I think it's going to put a little dent in this jar. But I knew there was a bunch of interesting, a lot of oddballs. One of my friends, he saw it and bought it for me. All the flat keys I save, I list those, or I put them in my craft pile. And this is just an oddball solid key, so I sell these type of keys, the old door keys. I sell them in lots online, but this one is like for a little jewelry box or something. I'll put that in my jar. So that's 1, 2, 3. I kind of like the brass tag, if that will fit. It's like a old hotel room or something. Sometimes you get really good key rings too, with advertising on it. 4. I think these will all fit. 5, 6, 7. Oh, nope. I got to take them off the ring. I got 4 so far. Yeah, see, all these are the barrel keys. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's a bunch on here. This is actually a good, has a little, I thought it was an advertising thing. I guess not, but it's a neat triangle key ring.
Do you think this one's meant to have this?
Yes. Yeah. My girl is photographing all the Easter ducks for eBay. I've been surprised how well these charms have been doing. They smell so much like formaldehyde. Definitely some of the earlier Cracker Jack charms we had. But she's going to try to do all the Annalise dolls. You can see how many we have to do. Now this one, it says, oh, it's an old safe lock, but it's got a really cool shape. Normally, I don't put flat keys or solid keys, but since it does have a odd shape and a really, it's kind of cool. I put that in the jar. Always like the little ring keys. Definitely excited to start getting that garden together. I think it needs, this is also an odd solid key, so I'd put that in there too. My guess is all these keys would average $3 each at the flea market, if looking at what some of the other guys who sell all hardware. But I mean, it'll take you a year and a month to sell them at $3 each. And definitely online, the barrel keys should bring $2 each. So there's a lot of $2 in there after if it took however long it would take me to fill it up. Doesn't look like I'm going to be able to add a lot more right away to the key collection. but it is always fun to go through a big pile of keys. I stopped at a local nursery and we got some plants too today. I'll show you those at the end. But it's gonna take me at least a week before I get ready to start laying out the beds. That one's really cute. So all these flat keys I'll basically sell in a lot. There's another oddball jewelry box key probably. Always nice early ribbon. It's probably from the 30s. I like how they used it as a key ring. I told the kids today that they are going to have to help me shovel with the wheelbarrow to get the garden all ready. Now this one's odd. It's a bottom, but it's got this nice B carved into it. So as a flat key, I'm going to put that in the jar. But most flat keys don't make the cut. I always like these old house keys with all the different stencils. They're probably Nouveau 1910, 1920s. That diamond one's pretty great. There's definitely a lot of oddballs in here. I almost didn't buy these because I was trying to save money that day, and I'm actually kind of happy I did. There's a lot of odd smaller keys, and what's nice is when I was in New York we used to sell these small keys for people for wearing as jewelry. Definitely would sell right away, and the barrel keys are lighter than the solid steel ones. So let's see if he'll fit. Yep. Another sewing machine key. I think there's a couple on here. Now when I was saying sewing machine key, the old metal sewing bases, they have a wooden box on top, and you used to be able to lock the wooden box on the sewing machine. I always, whenever I get into a house that I'm cleaning out, I always check the sewing machine, because a lot of the old timers would, that was where the ladies used to stash something cool, like the kids, the things they would confiscate from the kids, or a nice piece of jewelry, sometimes cash. Haven't found cash though. I know people have in the sewing machines. I think what was the coolest thing I found unexpected? It says a cool W on it. I would say I did find it had been that gold watch in that house clean out that I just did. I really like this early key ring. I think I would almost use that in my on my keys. It's got such a great, and it stays together real well. This would be actually something you could make fairly easy. And it's just tight enough where it. I do like that. Let's see if that will fit in the jar. No, I'm gonna stick that on my key ring then. I don't have a ton of keys, but I do like that one. All right, so at least I found 2 good key rings. Some of the old key rings do sell fairly well. I think the most I ever got for key ring was 35, 40 bucks, or maybe it was 55 bucks, but it had a hardware store advertisement on the side of it. Just that one. Oh man, more little ones. That's great. These are all for like little jewelry boxes or like a doll chest or something like that. And we'll go this way. Yesterday when I was picking up the driftwood, on the other side of the river, all the parks were closed. I didn't realize that. The parks are still open here. They haven't shut them down yet, but I found a fourth sewing machine. That's kind of why I wanted to get out there and go find some stuff. That's a cool key. That's probably how thick it is. 1880s, maybe older. Kind of like that one too, but I'm not putting them all in the jar. I would say the flat keys online, they'll average close to a buck for a nice early flat key like that. I don't know if I'll be able to make back my money on just the flat keys, but this is a great one. It has a C on it. I'm going to put that in the jar. I know the flat keys, I thought there would have been a flat key here that looked like a heart, and those always do a little bit better. Nice little brass circle. I do like this little key here too. Stick those in. I got a pair of them. It says something. R and E. I can't read the rest. Maybe on this one, just USA. I think I found a pair of keys like on a keychain like this, but they were newer, kind of like this, and it said a college on it, and I ended up getting it was the master keys for all the rooms in the college, and I ended up getting like I think it was $75 for the 3 keys. So you always want to check to see if any of them are for. I know the prison keys bring a lot of money. Railroad keys bring a lot of money. That's kind of a fun key too. I think that's going to go in the jar. It's just odd compared to all the other solid keys. I've only been doing this jar probably for about, I don't know, 6 months, maybe a little longer. I had a big box of keys, and that I started with, and I probably got to there with what I had, and then I bought all this recently. Everybody here is doing good, by the way. Kids are not stir crazy yet, just because we were able to get them out. But I feel bad for all the people who have to stay inside now, and it's a good thing not to go and, I don't know, get somebody, That one's not going to fit. It's a good thing to stay at home right now. It seems like it's the way they were able to curve this thing where it doesn't spread. So it's definitely going to be hard for a lot of people, especially with how we're used to our freedom. There's another good barrel key. That one's kind of fun. I've only found, in all the keys I've ever done, only found one Louis Vuitton bag key, but this one's kind of cool. It's just Minneapolis, Minnesota. No, it's just Sterling Lock Company. Let's see if that one fits. Yep. Alright, I'm gonna go photo these door keys and make a key lot. I did go and grab another one of my collections. I have my puzzle collection that I'm hoping I can try to complete a bunch of them to figure out which ones don't have, which ones are missing pieces. But it's taken me I've been buying old puzzles for a while. Normally we take one on vacation and do it. So I normally grab one from the pile. And I really love this mushroom one. All the Nouveau ladies with hats. This is done in 1965. But Springbrook has some of the coolest designs, I think, in modern puzzles. Got the cats. This one with the sunflower in the middle is excellent. There's two pieces from something. Don't know which one that is. Might have been, I don't know, I'll put those in a bag. That's not a good thing. The marbles. Emperors. Big hamburger. And this one's pretty cool. All the different zodiac signs. Well, hopefully you guys like this video. These were the plants we picked up today. Got some broccoli, some kale, a bunch of peas, but I mean I have peas to plant. It's just, it was fun for the kids because it will come up a little bit faster. Spinach. It's still a little early to put the lettuce out without having them under protection, so I'm just gonna have to keep on bringing them in. This is celery, more lettuce, a red and a green. I don't know, that's what we're gonna start with, and hopefully you guys like this video. Definitely had a very, very good day, and I'll see everybody next video. Please be safe, and if you haven't yet, check out the BlueBusDave eBay. Thank you very much for watching. Catch everybody next video. Definitely have a ton of dirt. It's gonna be great. One last thing, if you can, and I'm gonna say this every video I think from now on, give somebody a call who you think might be alone. It's definitely not the, you know, it's definitely a lonely time if you don't have somebody to talk to. So if you can, give somebody a call, see how they're doing. See everybody later.